One quick ride in the Mini John Cooper Works convertible and you'll be hooked. This is a thrilling ride with many modern features inside, and I believe any car enthusiast and most regular commuters out there will love this car. But there are three things about this car that take away from some of that fun, and in the end, they're just something that you'll get used to, or you'll find some sort of a workaround. What makes this car great though is what make cars like the Toyota GR86, the Mazda Miata, the Hyundai Veloster N, or the Elantra N, and the Volkswagen GTI fun cars. Number one, they're small. Number two, they're relatively lightweight. And number three, they just have enough power to make things a bit interesting. And I'll start with the drivetrain because this Mini comes with what most fun small cars have, and that's a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. They don't claim big horsepower numbers for this engine, only 228 horsepower, but it makes 280 pound-feet of peak torque. And that's the important number because this is a relatively lightweight car at 3,200 pounds. It's a lot heavier than the original Mini and also the Mini that came out in the early 2000s, but it still has good power to weight ratio because 0 to 60 for this convertible is about 6.2 seconds. The hardtop version is a little faster at 5.9 seconds. And once you're moving in this car, there's always a willingness for the Mini to bolt forwards. And that's aided by the quick shifting 7-speed dual clutch gearbox. It is quick, the programming is fairly smart, and if you put yourself in go-kart mode, the transmission senses your intentions and puts the gear in the right place so you can make peak torque. You also have the paddle shifters for quick gear changes, and if you hold the left paddle down for a bit, you get into boost mode. Basically, it puts you into sport mode and downshifts to the proper gear. This is helpful for when you're just coasting on the highway and decide you want to overtake something. This adds to that rowdy feeling as it changes the car's attitude from pleasant to angry. Now, what takes away some of that fun is also that 7-speed dual clutch gearbox because it is a dual clutch. It has some dual clutch tendencies. While it is supremely fun once you start moving, the shifts are very quick. When you're moving from a standstill, that's where you'll find some hesitation because this thing is very much like a manual transmission, but it has 2 clutches. And when you're driving a normal manual transmission, you're doing all the controlling, all the disengaging and engaging of the transmission so that you anticipate when you're about to move. Because a dual clutch is a robotic manual transmission, there's a disconnect between what you do and what the car actually does. So with this dual clutch transmission, you're not in direct control. Sometimes it makes the car feel like it's asleep. When you press on that gas pedal aggressively sometimes, it just takes a little bit of time for this to get going. There is a slight workaround to that, and that's basically to kind of ease off the brake a little bit because that tells the car that you are intending to move forward. That's sort of like slipping the clutch a little bit, so it will bring up the temperatures slightly in the car. Now, the second thing that ruins some of the fun is the auto start-stop feature that compounds that hesitation by adding a little bit more delay because the engine is literally off. That trick of easing the brake pressure, that'll also fix that because it tells the car that you're about to go. Now, to turn that feature off, you can either go into go-kart mode, then that's pushing up on this experiences dial, and going in there, it'll play the sound. Very gimmicky, but it forces the car to turn off that auto start stop. The option is to, if you're in core modes or in the other modes, you could press this button and then it'll give you some options for drivetrain and chassis, and you could just turn off the auto start stop feature there. Now, ignoring those two things, the Mini John Cooper Works convertible is such a hoot to drive. It has a short wheelbase, you're low to the ground, and with the top down, everything feels faster than it actually is. You also hear that exhaust better. Driving this thing with the top down is a similar feeling you get when you're driving a Miata. Even though you're going slow, everything just feels faster, and it's a lot more fun that way. The steering also has good feedback, though I'd prefer a bit less assistance because it's way too light. I do like how responsive it is, and you'll have to sometimes overuse that steering because of how much torque steer you'll be fighting, as is with typical front-wheel drive cars with a good amount of power, but that just adds to the charm of this thing. The downside of this convertible though, and this is the third thing, is your rear view mirror becomes somewhat unusable because that cloth top blocks about half your view, and that's also the important half. As for the exterior, the Mini Convertible has a new design for 2025, albeit the changes are very subtle. It is still instantly recognizable as a Mini. The convertibles come in the two-door version. Now, if you like to watch the four-door Countryman version, check the link up in the corner. This one is the top iconic trim, which adds a lot of nice tech and comfort features. The color is Chili Red 2. This one comes with the optional 18-inch wheels with the summer tires, and you also get the red brake calipers with John Cooper Works on the side. You get the gloss black mirror caps and also the gloss black wheel arches. And at the rear, the Mini Convertible has a very charming and classic look. With the classic looking taillight shape, they fixed the turn signal situation so it doesn't look like you're turning the opposite way anymore. And also the single rear exhaust down the center, that's a very nice throwback. And then for a touch of sportiness, you get the red diffuser around it. Inside the Mini, the John Cooper Works version isn't shy about going over the top here. You have checkerboard motif in so many different places. First, the door sill, and then you have it on the dash. You've got it on this cloth strip for the third spoke of the steering wheel. You've got it on the seats and this little pull tab. And by the way, this is your only storage option aside from the glove box. Now, as for the infotainment system, it's on this 9-inch circular screen, and this is your only big screen inside the car because in normal Mini fashion, there is no digital cluster up here, but there is a heads-up display, and that acts as your instrument cluster. Using the screen can be a bit annoying, but at least you can rest your fingers around it so that you could somewhat control what's on the screen. And I find that I'm using my thumb a lot to pick some of the stuff that's on here because some of these buttons are very small and it's kind of hard to select some of the things when you're in motion. I've complained enough about this screen in my Countryman video, so if you want to hear me rant more about this screen, check that link up in the corner. There are some good creature comforts in here. If you put yourself into reverse, you can see a 360-degree view around your car. You also get some heated seats and a heated steering wheel option. You have auto-dimming rear view mirror. And like I mentioned before, that little screen is nice because you can keep your eyes on the road. And what I love about this one is that when you're wearing polarized glasses, the display doesn't cut out. Overall, the Mini John Cooper Works Convertible is a very fun little car. There's some annoying quirks about it, but eventually you'll get accustomed to it. It's not cheap though, because the convertible starts at $43,700, but the one that I'm testing with everything included, the top iconic trim, this is just slightly under $50,000 before taxes. But you do get pretty decent gas mileage in here, about 26 in the city, 35 on the highway, and about 30 miles per gallon combined. And that's the lovely thing about these small cars with the 2-liter turbocharged engines. They are lightweight, so therefore you get some good efficiency while still having a lot of fun. Now, if you want to check out the ultimate fun small car, check out this link over here. That's the Toyota GR86. I want to thank you so much for watching all the way up to this point. My name's Hanson, and that has been the 2025 Mini John Cooper Works Convertible, and I'll see you in the next one.